What's up, guys? Welcome to It's Necessary Motivation for the Soul. It's been a good week, baby.
Yes, it has.
It has. Episode 2.
We're back for episode 2.
We are back for episode 2. How does it feel, baby?
Busy.
A good busy, though, right?
Right. Yeah, it's a good busy.
Ever since we dropped last week, we've been on the go. It's been exciting, though. A real exciting week.
A lot of support.
A lot of support. Shout out to the supporters.
Yes, always.
It is overwhelmingly good to feel that from a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
A lot of good people showing a lot of love, and we've been getting some attention from some big people, if you want to call them. Yeah. So what's something that was good that happened during your week, man?
I mean, it just to be alive is a blessing, but some highlights of my week. I have a photo shoot coming up for Pretty Cash, so I've been preparing for that. Just protecting my energy, having positive energy around.
Exactly.
These days is more than enough for me right now.
You have to protect your energy,
and
that brings us to our topic today, baby.
Well, we're going to piggyback off of last episode, the first episode.
Yes.
Basically, when you talked about how, your pastor, basically just gave you the game.
Yes.
Gave you the truth.
Free game he gave. he dropped some gems on me.
Right.
That really changed my perspective. And that's why we decided to hit this topic. It's something that I'm excited about.
I'm excited too.
It's something that changed our life once we figured out how to navigate through and evaluate every person that's in our life and who's went out of our life.
Right.
So with that being said, babe, what is our topic today?
Our lovely topic is our inner circle.
Yes.
Your inner circle.
Your inner circle. Who do you have in your inner circle? And I don't think a lot of people think about that. You know what I mean? A lot of people meet people any and everywhere you go. You got to think. You got a whole network of people that you meet. You got people from work, from concert. You might meet somebody at the gas station. You might meet somebody anywhere, jobs and schools and kids' schools and parents. So I really think evaluating your inner circle is key to your life and your mental health.
Yeah, I agree. Just keeping that. I would look at it as inner circle as those closest to me. You know what I mean? Those that are really here to see me, do well in life.
To thrive.
And so, when we talk about an inner circle, those are the people. That's the energy that you keep around, and that would, basically be a mirror, somewhat of a mirror of who you want to be.
Right, and that's what they say. If you want to know who I am, show me your friends. Like, the people who are around you reflect you.
Right.
Newsflash. The people who you have around you reflects you. And that's so true, man. It's so true. Because you got people around you that might not even go where you're going or supposed to go where you're going. Catch that one, y'all.
Right. I mean, I'm listening to you. You know what? Because I can really dive deep on this topic. I think it just gets a little mixy with when you have females and friends. Like, it can be definitely bad or good.
So let me ask you this, babe. Is it harder for a female to accept a friend into their inner circle or for a male? You give the female perspective, and I'll give the male perspective.
Okay. I think that I don't necessarily think it's harder for women to make friends. I mean, or to think they're making friends. I think for me, growing up, I used to pray and ask God for, God, send me a lot of friends, send me some good friends, send me, I just want friends, Lord. I just, you want someone around you, just to be there. And I had to kind of backtrack myself in my way of praying and thinking, because I was praying for, I was praying for people, and what I really decided, and when I thought about it, I had to change my whole prayers up, because I had to really pray for friends of utility, friends
Right.
of wisdom,
Right.
friends that are, not only loyal, but just good, genuine people.
Yeah,
So I think when it comes to women, it can get real catty, real fast. Real fast. I mean, you say, you got something going on, and that other friend doesn't have that same thing going on. Instantly, they could get jealous, envious, or say they have something going on and you feel like you don't have anything going on. So
Right.
you just get these feelings. I think just with women, it just gets deep. And so, yeah, I mean, my journey of friends, and hasn't really been the best. Like I said, I used to pray for friends. Now I no longer pray for friends. I ask God to send me those people that are genuine and really here for me.
Right. And I think back then when we were younger, they based your popularity off how many friends you had.
Right.
And now in 2020, that is totally washed away. I think now you have to have people in your inner circle who are going to be close to you,
Mm-hmm.
who's going to also tell you when you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Exactly.
there's friends in your life that see something going on. They see you going in that downhill spiral, and they continue to allow you to do that.
Another thing that I want to backtrack on real quick, even before you start talking about friends, inner circle, I want to express the importance of being okay with you,
Right.
being okay with, not having anybody. Like, if everybody was to leave you today, you have to be okay with yourself, knowing that, you are here for you.
Exactly.
A lot of times, and this was what I did, I looked for other people to be my friend. I looked for other people to be that support when I had
Validation.
I had to zone in on myself and realize those people don't give me validation.
Right.
I give myself that. I just want, for whoever this is out there, like, it's okay to stand alone if you have to. Focus
Right.
on you. Get
Right.
your head right first. You can't be worried about what somebody else is doing if you ain't got you together.
And that's the thing, like, even if you have all the friends in the world, if you ain't happy with yourself, not one of those friends in your circle can help you.
Right.
Unless they sit down with you and they talk to you and they dive into the problem and they assist you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, every friend has to know their friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you may be my friend, right? And I come to you and you're down, and I'm trying to motivate you, but my way of motivation ain't what you need at that moment.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I may need to take a step back, evaluate you, and see what you need.
Right.
But, I like to categorize my friends in 4 different categories. And it's a must friend, a trust friend, a rush friend, and just friend.
Is that really how you categorize your friends?
I saw this on the internet and I thought this was fire. Must friend, a trust friend, a rush friend, and a just friend.
Okay, tell me more about that.
So, a must friend, like, when you hear that, that is something that you already know. Like, I need that person in my life.
Right.
And that's you. A husband and wife, your wife or your husband should be your must friend.
Mm-hmm.
That's somebody in your life that you have to have in your life.
Uh-huh.
And also, it's a best friend.
Mm-hmm.
It's a member of your inner circle or a person you can count on when something big happens in your life or bad happens in your life.
Okay.
So, what do you think about a must friend?
Yeah, when I think of a must friend, I think of someone, like you said, that you need them there, reciprocating the energy.
Yeah, giving that good energy back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have a few friends in my life that, I can talk to and give that good dialogue to. So I think you should have only one must friend outside of your spouse in your circle.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'm not going to put a limit to, each people are different. A lot of people have a huge inner circle.
Yeah.
I mean, for me though, I think those people are not in inner circle, but you
Right.
know, it's people are, different. A lot of people have a lot of friends and they can, deal with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't deal with it. And that's the thing. You got to categorize your friends. Watch everybody going to be talking about their friends. Is that a must friend, a just friend, a rust friend?
Or a trust friend.
Or a trust friend. Hey, comment down below if y'all, if you start categorizing your friends. Or, listen, this is what I'm saying. A trust friend. When you hear that, that's something that a trust friend is somebody that you should be able to trust with any and everything.
Okay.
Your dirty laundry.
Right. So let me ask you this: do you ever tell people that are in your inner circle like everything, like all your business?
I don't think you should, because the reason why I say this is because we go through so many things in life, and when you give somebody that much information about you, they tend to keep you where that information came from.
Okay.
So
if you
yes.
telling them, hey, I just got done arguing with my baby mama.
Yes.
She ain't nothing.
Yes.
That's what they're gonna look at her as.
That's
right?
what they're gonna look at your baby mama as, nothing, because you're giving them that information. And then if you guys work it out and you go to counseling and you do better,
they're not gonna. They're gonna still see her
that
as.
friend is still gonna see her as that dirty laundry.
Right. Okay.
And you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I think there's certain things that you should tell. I mean, and it's a thin line though. You know what I'm saying? Because if you need help with something like domestic abuse, I think you should reach out and talk to that friend.
Right.
Your trust friend. You know
your
what
trust
I mean?
friend. That's where your trust friend comes
Yes.
in. Okay.
Because sometimes your must friend, you can't trust with everything.
Okay.
Ooh, catch that one, y'all.
Okay.
Sometimes your must friend, you can't trust with everything.
Okay.
So you really have to see.
You have to categorize. I hope I said that right. Your friends.
Yes.
So you can only tell this information to this friend.
Yes.
Or this friend is good at something, so you might use them for this.
Exactly.
I mean, for me, I know that I feel like relationships in general. I mean, people use people, whether good or bad. So I mean, it's kind of just how you use those people in your life and how they are using you.
That's what 2020 is. What can I get from you? What value can you bring to my life?
I'm guilty of that.
Right.
I'm guilty of that. Like I said, I've cut off a lot of my.
Well, you haven't cut anybody off. God did.
Well, they show you their actions.
Exactly.
Is that right?
And this is the thing. I used to be that person saying, man, I'm cutting them off. But I don't have the ability to cut anybody off in my life. Sometimes God just does it and let them fall off themselves.
Right.
Because I'm going to say this. Everybody's not meant to go where you're going. You may be friends with a kid all the way through high school. All the way through high school. That's your dog. That's your boy. That's your girl. But when you get to college, you meet a whole different set of friends.
And your world changes.
Exactly. Because you may be from the hood and you move to college. Your friends are still in the hood. I'm not saying cut your friends off. But just that connection, you being out of state and your friend still busy trying to figure themselves out. And you're trying to figure yourself out.
Right. And you have to reevaluate. Okay,
Yes.
So, should I really keep up this relationship? And like I said, like you just said, you could have been friends with somebody for, 10 plus years. I want to say this right now. I don't care how long you have known a person. It don't mean nothing. That does not prove their loyalty. Just because you've known them for 10, 20, 30 years does not prove their loyalty to you. In fact, they could be a hindrance, to your growth. Toxic
is toxic.
I mean, and that's just plain and simple. They could be a hindrance to your growth and what you're trying to do. If you think about it, that brings us to the rust friend.
The rust friend. I think this is the this was the one that had me laugh the most.
It says exactly that. A person you've known for a long, long time, and you're probably not going to get any closer to that person unless something changes, So, wow.
But they're still going to be a part of your life.
Right. They're going to try to hang on to that one little piece.
It's just like a car. A car has rust on it, but you don't just cut the rust off the car. You feel me? The rust hangs on as long as it can, unless you get it repainted.
I don't know. I don't know if I want some rust in my life. I mean, I guess I do
Sometimes
have.
rust is good.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
sometimes rust is good.
Yeah.
You know, those people making those rustic artworks and stuff. Sometimes rust is good.
It could be beautiful.
Yeah, sometimes you need that rust friend in your life. You know what I mean? But a rust friend is somebody that's in your life, but they won't get any closer or any further away. They're just in your life.
They're just there.
and I think those are the ones you need to pour into.
Okay.
Because I think the rust friends are the ones that can benefit from you the most.
Let's change the dynamic of the rust friend.
Yes, we're going to change the dynamic of the rust friend. And if you got a friend, listen, everybody, if you got somebody that's just in your life and you just like, I don't know why they're here, they're just here, pour into that person. Because I think that's the one that's looking to you as a role model.
For guidance.
Yeah, for guidance. So sometimes we got to sit back and evaluate things like that too.
Wow.
It's all about perspective. So we're going to change the perspective of the rust friend.
Yes. Turn the rust into a trust.
Turn your rust into a trust.
Right.
Well, I can't wait for y'all to hear this, man. And then you got just friends. You know what I'm saying? And just friends is a person that you see at weekly events, poker games, football games. You maybe hoop with them every week. You know
so
what I mean?
more like acquaintances.
Yes, you know? And that's what I would categorize a just friend as acquaintance.
You're dealing with them because, you know.
Because, I mean, you see, y'all cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I wouldn't invite you to my home. You know what I mean? Like, I see you out. When I see you, it's what's up, how you doing. But
they wouldn't be a part of your inner circle.
No.
Okay.
They could be if you develop the relationship with that person. But we all got, you know me, I have millions of acquaintances. And sometimes I don't even know some of the people who speak to me, but I still speak. And
you know, a lot of people like for you
to
be from North Carolina. Shout out North Carolina, Hickory, North
Shout
Carolina,
out to
on
Hickory,
the map.
HKY, on the map.
For you to be from North Carolina, to come to Kansas, first of all, you know, your whole journey, and then to now be in Kansas City, you know more people. I'm from here. You know more people than I know. Like literally, you have came down here and developed.
Just networking, man.
Yes.
I really believe you can meet somebody that could change your life at the gas station. That's something that I believe. Like I believe that I am a brand.
Right.
So I believe that I represent you. I represent my children. I may walk out this house and see my son's teacher.
Right.
I may walk out this house and see one of your friends.
Right.
It don't matter if they're a must friend, trust friend, rust friend, or just a just friend.
Right.
I may see them and they're going to categorize me off you.
Okay.
So
let's talk about more so our inner circle, okay? So when you're thinking about people that are in your circle, first of all, for me, right off the bat, when I meet you, I'm judging off our energy. How does our energy work? How is our energy flowing? Do I feel like you lift me up?
Right.
Are you
tearing me down?
Are you making me feel anxious, nervous, weird? Like I really, you know, I zoned in on that energy, like without you even having to say anything.
Right.
Like I can feel your energy right now. So, you know what I mean? So I watch how people make you feel.
Right.
Okay. I watch the things that they say. And I've been, you know, at fault for this too, you know, saying little sly things or just little remarks, and it's like, okay, why would you say that? You know what I mean? So it's kind of just like you have to watch people. Like I said, people will tell on themselves exactly, and they will place them own selves in their own category in your life.
Right. And I think your inner circle has to be people who are pushing you to be great.
Right.
And pulling you up when you're not so great.
Yeah, like somebody you just met, you know, 6 months ago can definitely change your life. And
shout out to Diggy A2, the Dalbys.
Yes.
We met them at a networking event. Ever since
then, they have poured into our lives. Genuine good people. We haven't, you know, it's not even what they can do for you, but it's more so just how they make you feel, the genuine of their personalities. You know, you can tell that someone is caring about you. Like you can tell, you can feel it. You know, so it's just like be mindful of the energy that you keep around you.
And they also have a dope podcast.
Oh yeah.
Look them up on YouTube. They're on Spotify. They're on all the platforms. Diggy A2. They talk about hip hop. And he dives in, man. He dives all the way in.
Right.
And they give the good stuff about it. So that's another thing. Do the people in your inner circle control or influence you, or do they just control you? Mm-hmm. So this is all about decision making. Do they control your decisions, influence your decisions, or both? Mm-hmm. And I think that's huge, because you can have a friend that's out cheating on their wife, and
they're gonna try to
right.
They're gonna try to get you to do the same thing.
Are you influenced by that?
Uh-huh.
But I think as a friend, if I have a person in my inner circle, and this is the difference between me and a lot of men, I don't influence that behavior. Mm-hmm. If I'm with a friend, I'm gonna call them out, bro, because I feel like that's what your inner circle has to do.
That's what it's for.
Yeah, your inner circle is to call you out when you're doing stupid stuff. And if you want me in your inner circle as a friend, you better be ready to get the real, because I can't allow you to make a mistake based off a quick split second.
And that's because too, you hold yourself at a higher standard. So you expect everybody around you to hold themselves at a higher standard.
Right. And that's the thing. Why be around somebody if you don't want them to do good? Mm-hmm. Because a hungry person want to eat. Mm-hmm. And if I got food and you don't, I'm going to pour into you. Mm-hmm. And that's what your inner circle is for. Mm-hmm. Giving that other person what they need. Mm-hmm. And I don't think a lot of people do that, man.
What about seasons? Do you agree with the whole narrative that, people are in your life for certain seasons? How do you feel about that?
I think that is so true. Mm-hmm. It's just like your high school season. Mm-hmm. I think your life has so many seasons. Mm-hmm. And when you get to the next season, either your friends are you may start off the season with 10 friends, but by the time you get to the end of the season, you don't push yourself, you don't reach goals, you haven't been able to speak to everybody. Some people may feel some type of way because you ain't reaching out. And it ain't because you don't like them, it's because you're busy.
Right.
But friends need to understand you don't have to talk to each other every single day to still be friends.
Definitely.
I think that's the difference between a man and a woman. Like, we know that, hey, you still my boy. Mm-hmm. We both got stuff going on in our lives, but we don't have to talk every day. I think a woman's relationship...
I will say, women can have those same relationships, but I will say that, for me as a woman, I feel like I need my friend a lot more often.
So you're a must friend.
Yeah, I need, you know what I mean? I need to be able to be like, hey, this is going on.
Right.
But also too, before you could just start pouring out what's going on, what's wrong in your life, you need to, check up on that friend. Hey, how are you doing?
Right.
A lot of those friends, they put on this exterior of they're strong, they're brave, they are, just this beast, but actually, inside, they need somebody to tap into it. You know what I mean?
Right. And one thing I'm gonna say, listen, guys, I felt this in my spirit, and when I feel something in my spirit, I speak on it. I don't like how we address each other, like the B word. Mm-hmm. I don't like black women calling other black women the B word. You know what I mean? Like, y'all friends, like the first thing you say when you get on the phone, you call her the B word. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Change that narrative. And
create uplifting,
yes, because she may be getting called that by her boyfriend.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But then you have set that standard and she thinks it's okay.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Then everybody thinks it's okay. So change the narrative. Say, mm-hmm. What's up, Black Queen? What's going on, Queen?
Right.
You know what I mean? Change the B into a Q. What's up, Queen? You hear me?
Right.
Shout out to all those queens out there.
Right.
So that's just something that it bothers me every time, and even when you were with your friends and I hear that, it just, for me, I'm just not used to that because I'm a man. But change the narrative, queens.
So how would you? So say you have really rusty friend, and you see the relationship is not necessarily going the way that maybe you intended, or that it should be, like it's just quote unquote negative, you know what I mean? So how would you go about that?
Well, I think it's okay to tell somebody about the behavior. Mm-hmm. And if they're a friend, if I come to them with what I'm feeling or how they're making me feel, and they get mad, you're not a friend.
Right.
Because I believe a friend should be able to tell a friend their wrongs, their bads, or if you're making me feel some type of way, I should be able to come to you, and we talk it out as friends.
As friends. Yeah.
Yes. So
for me, I would agree. You know, you give them a few times to correct the behavior, to change the behavior. But for me, after a while, I don't have a whole lot of time to keep explaining to you why you doing this negative behavior.
Right.
For me, I'll tell you, I will ghost people real quick.
Yeah, you do have a tendency.
They call me the ghost queen. I don't care, but I will cut people off to protect my energy. If I feel like you're draining, if I feel like, you just don't have the best intentions for me, I will cut you off.
And it's not even that you're cutting them off, babe. It's not even that you're cutting them off. You just
I'll cut you off.
Yeah.
God'll show me, and I'll cut you off.
You're not cutting them off. We don't not like you. We just, when we see you,
I don't not wish the best for you, because I do. You know what I mean? But
when we see you,
can
it's
you
still
be
good.
in my life?
Right.
No.
When we see you, it's still good.
Yeah.
We'll
shoot the breeze.
But we handle each situation and every person how it comes. And so
Exactly.
we don't worry about the negative. If we see you and it's good energy, we're going to give the good energy back.
But for me, I want to stand up for those people who are just simply just like afraid to like be okay with themselves. Like, so many people make you feel like you need this person. You need to get you right. And sometimes you are the toxic person.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Sometimes you need to step back from the situation and say, okay, what am I doing? Is my way of thinking negative?
Right.
You know what I mean? So sometimes it's not even everybody else. Sometimes you just got to do it for you. So, don't be afraid, regardless of what anybody says or anybody makes you feel, how anybody makes you feel, for doing what's right for yourself.
And this the thing, your inner circle is something that you build. I can't tell you who to have in your inner circle. You have to evaluate your needs and what you need, and every person in your life and what they bring in, the energy that they bring to you. And if you got more negative friends in your life, you need to sit back and change some of your habits.
Right.
You know what I mean? Change some of your habits, because if you're trying to stop smoking and a friend come around you all day smoking,
you ain't gonna never quit.
You ain't gonna never quit. So a good friend would be like, hey, bro, I'm gonna step outside, smoke this, and I'm coming back in. You know what I mean? So it's just really, you got to sit down and evaluate your friends.
And not everybody who smiles and laughs with you is your friend.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, not everybody smiles and laughs with you, and also too, sometimes, like I said, that I pray for, friends, and I pray for God to, just send me people. Sometimes God is not giving you these people in your life because he's actually keeping them from you for a good reason. Like, there might be a good reason why, that girl at church didn't reach out to you, or, that y'all didn't become friends, and, whatever. It's totally a reason for that. God could be protecting you from what you don't even know. And
I think God does protect us from a lot of the things that we don't know. And sometimes we'll never understand. But you got to understand, every person in your life is going through something.
Exactly.
Every single person that you come across is going through something, whether good or bad.
Right.
And I think us as people, when we become good people, we start to evaluate every person that comes into our life and try to figure out their why, on why they're acting that way. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But
just try to take those relationships, each relationships that you have in your life, reevaluate them, or evaluate them, and just see what type of people that you're keeping around you. Are you constantly feeling low on energy, low, just drained, or are you feeling good? Are you feeling motivated? Are you feeling inspired? Let's stop the narrative of not supporting somebody just because they're doing more than you, or the same thing as you, or what you want to do.
Ask them how they got there.
Exactly. Exactly.
To put your pride to the side and ask.
Exactly.
And this brings me to the next thing, babe.
Mm-hmm.
What type of people do you want in your inner circle as far as business wise?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I feel like I don't want to be the top person in my circle. I don't want to be the person that everybody's looking to, because then I'm stagnant.
Right.
I need to look at other people who's doing way better than me.
I'll tell you now, few of my friends are older than me now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They are older than me. And I use them for utility. Thank you for being there. You know what I mean? But I'm learning.
Right.
So, you know,
Getting that wisdom,
yes,
soaking up wisdom.
Exactly. I do agree with, you know, having friends that are doing more than you.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with it. And like I said, don't look at it as competition. Look at it
Exactly.
as inspiring.
Oh, thank you, Holy Spirit. There cannot be competition within your circle.
Mm-hmm. Right. It just can't. It's not going to work.
It's never going to work. If there's competition in your circle, you need to find a whole
cut out
new,
the rust.
Yeah. You got to cut the rust out. You know what I mean? So, and that's the thing. If somebody's doing better than you,
mm-hmm.
they have a playbook. They have a playbook on how they got to where they're going. They just wait for you to ask.
Mm-hmm. Well, what about those friends that, you know, like to keep all the information for themselves?
They're not going to get anywhere. I just don't feel like you're going to get anywhere. Yeah, you made it, but if everybody else around you starving,
what are you doing?
That reflects you.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Like, I like to look up to those who was bringing everybody around them up. Kevin Hart, his whole circle,
inspiring,
is eating.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was the platform to get on,
mm-hmm.
but he also pulled everybody up, but he held them at a standard.
Right. I think that, you know, those people who, you know, want to hold that information and keep it near and like, they have a control problem. It's okay to put the next person on. It's okay to give somebody information.
It's okay to give information. Listen, this is the thing. I've told people so many things about stuff that we can collab with, and man, I don't hear from them again. And the next thing you know, they're popping up on Instagram with a business they started.
Ooh, they done stole your idea.
But you know, you get upset about it. But at the end of the day, if you the creator,
what they say, the sauce ain't gonna taste the same.
The sauce ain't gonna taste.
You can steal the recipe, but the sauce ain't gonna taste the same.
You can't
do
sauce
it like
my
me.
sauce.
That's right. So go ahead. You know, you got the ones that will steal from you, take your ideas and try to make it theirs.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, please do. Yeah. Like, and this is why we do that.
Right.
Like, we're doing this so you can get ideas and motivation,
right,
and things like this.
Glad to motivate you.
Yes. We are excited to motivate people, and I think that's the difference. The people that are coming in our life now, they're pouring into us, we're pouring into them, so the energy is just reciprocating.
Ooh,
like
some
fresh
good
air.
Energy going on.
It's fresh air, and then if you get some bad air in, you gotta evaluate where that's coming from, and then you still gotta work with friends. You don't see that shit. Your scissors is hot.
They hot. They smoking.
And that's the thing.
Coupon scissors.
And that's the thing, babe. You have to really try to cleanse that person first. And it's not even about being on them. It's just living your best life. And just bringing them along with you. But once again, everybody's not meant to go where you're going.
Exactly.
So your inner circle should be and must be the people who are close to you, who you understand, who understands you.
Okay.
People who you trust and always will be there for you. And for me, all that says to me is my wife. Like, seriously, that's all that I hear when I read that. I hear my wife. But for the single people out there, you got to find somebody that you can trust, that you look up to, that gonna push you to do better. And if you're late, they're gonna knock on your door and get you up and take you. If your car broke down, they're gonna take you.
Right. And so, if you have friends in your life that you can't call and ask, I mean, that's telling you something right there. You know what I mean? Reevaluate your friends, reevaluate your circle, reevaluate your inner circle, and, you know, take it from there.
And that's the thing. Sometimes the people who we think is going to be our friends, or who we think wouldn't be our friends, would be your friends.
Yeah, and even with family, you know what I mean? Like, I have family right now. You would have never told me, that, things would have turned the way that they have.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's unfortunate, but life, like I said, throws you for loops. You never know what you're gonna get.
Everything is about timing. Timing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Timing is everything.
Mm-hmm.
And trusting and believing and praying.
Uh-huh.
And those friends who really are your friends who's just lost their way, sometimes they'll find their way back in a different season. You know what I mean? So just trust God's word. Trust your voice. Trust your inner you.
Exactly.
Trust your inner you.
Trust how you feel.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of people, with feelings, people say, oh, you can be emotional right now. But I mean, like, really see the habits, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, if you start to see, oh, man, I love being around this person. They are so inspiring. They make me feel good. They push me outside of my comfort zones. You know what I mean? That's who the people that you
That's
need to
an inner
be
circle.
Reciprocating your time
Yeah.
too. And I want to say this too. A lot of the times we look at people. We actually we give the wrong energy to the right people, or the right energy to the wrong people, however you want to say. But you just have to reevaluate your inner circle, watch who you're giving your time to.
And think of it like this, people. Imagine your body as a vehicle, right? And imagine your inner circle as gas, right? Everybody that you bring into your life should be help filling your tank up. If you're not helping fill my tank up, all you're doing is taking from me. You're asking me for my gas, and you're not giving me nothing back. I gotta hold you to what you show me. Right. So if you show me who you are, I believe you.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at you. But I'm just gonna maneuver around you how you've shown me you are.
And just like you said, as the inner circle, like you said, not necessarily cutting them off, but like you said, dealing with them as how they've shown you to be. If you know that person is, they talk a lot and they gonna tell your business, watch what you telling them.
Don't tell them nothing.
Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you know somebody who who is, give me another example. Somebody
that like to steal.
Yeah, don't leave your stuff around.
Don't leave your stuff around, or don't give them nothing of value. And that's just a funny analogy, but sometimes it's real. You know what I mean?
Deal with people how they've shown you to be.
Yes, deal with people accordingly. And learn them. Really learn your friends. Don't just have them as a friend because you think they cool because they got a big network of friends.
Right.
You know what I mean? So evaluate your circle.
Yeah, because people will try to use you, and they see where you're going and they want to come on. They want some of that. You know what I mean? So you have to reevaluate. Why do you want to be my friend?
And that's the thing, man. If a friend reaches out to you and asks you for something, and you really don't have it at that time, and you're struggling,
right?
And they get mad that you didn't give it to them, you can't have them in your circle because they're not understanding your hurt, your pain, and what you're going through. So
yeah, we can wrap this up, but I think this was a very good topic.
Yes.
Like I said, take from this what you may.
Please.
This is just our journey, and what we're learning. We're continuing to learn and grow.
Always.
So yeah, like you wanna, just close it out.
I would love to, my love. Listen, your inner circle are people who are close to you, people that you trust, people that are gonna build you up, people that are gonna make sure you don't fall flat on your face. But if you do, they're gonna help you stand up and wipe yourself off.
They should be those people, yes.
That's what they should be. So if you don't have that around you, people filling up your tank, find it. And then also the must friend, the trust friend, the rush friend, and just friend. You got to look at yourself and your circle and see where everybody fits, because everybody has a place in your life. Find a place, hold them to that place, and then set a standard for you and everybody around you to make yourselves great. I am Tyrone.
And I am Ashton.
And enjoy your day. Be blessed. We out.
Motivation for the soul.
Boom.
We did good. It's
Stop
getting
it.
easy.
It is. I told you that. Fire.
We did for